The Harper contains foul language and adult material. If you are easily offended and thin-skinned, you should hit the stop button now. And if you are not a complete idiot, let's get this party started.
Hike up your motherfucking panties.
And pull them to the side.
This is the Harper.
Fuck you. No bullshit.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
That's right.
This is Jake, as always, with me, my sidekick, Adam.
You know it.
Man, you came in hot on that one.
I liked
I didn't see it coming.
jumping the gun.
Right? You fucking button hooked me. I didn't see it coming.
Jeez. Don't call Garapito.
Right?
Whatever
Little
the fuck
fat
his
shit
name
to get her puto. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the Harper, ladies and gentlemen.
is. This is us.
Here we go.
In the flesh.
Right. We're just going to go no holds barred tonight. We think that as men, there are certain movies that you should watch. And you should take a lesson or two from.
Yeah?
And the pussification of this world, there are still lessons to be learned.
Yeah.
Thank God movies don't fucking go out of style, you know? They last forever.
It's funny, though, going back and watching some of the ones that you remember as a kid.
Sure.
It's a little interesting, but they're still pretty good.
Sure. But we're just talking about one specifically that, as a man, at some point in your
As a
life,
man's man,
you should watch.
what should you... It's kind of like a rite of passage type thing.
Agreed.
You know, I mean... I'm just going to start this off, like, over the last, not this past weekend, but the 2 weekends before. I have a 10-year-old son, and I'm like, well, you're not a man yet, but I got to kind of, like, as far as movies go, you have to have some in your repertoire.
Yeah.
And so I got the first two Rockies the one weekend.
Boom.
And, yeah, it's funny. The first two Rockies, he's like a dumb fucking Italian.
Yeah.
And then in the third one, he's a lot smarter, and he's not trying to talk. And then in the fourth one, he's kind of a dumb Italian again. So I don't know. They kind of messed that up a little bit.
Really?
But Rocky IV, I put in that category. You could not see all the other ones, but it's kind of good to see them.
Yeah, at least you know what's going on at that point.
It's not, you don't have to, because they flash back a lot in Rocky IV.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first one on my list.
Rocky IV.
Because that was during the Cold War.
Yeah.
And, you know, America versus Russia.
Yeah.
It didn't get any sweeter than that.
So, like, the lessons you're taking out of the Rocky IV, which I think are going to be similar lessons.
Kick Russia's ass.
A little bit of national pride. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, huge.
I mean, so you got some national
Huge.
pride going on there, you know?
Although, when I didn't remember this, but, you know, at the end, it's Hollywood. We do know this. The Russian crowd starts cheering for Rocky.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you know, he's talking after he's won, and he's talking, you know, you guys started for cheering for me, and I appreciate that, and you know, maybe we could, you know, basically he's saying we can all get along.
If I could change,
You
can
can
change. Everybody can change.
Exactly.
Like, I'll never forget it when I
Yeah.
saw it, man. Goosebumps in the
Yeah,
theater.
goosebumps.
As a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost kind of gave me him right then. I was like, God, you're fucking Rocky. Hey, Sylvester.
I don't know about that.
But no, that kind of let me down. I'm like, no, man, it's fucking Russia versus America, man.
Yeah.
We don't want to get along right now.
Right.
But no, I get what he was trying to say.
And those fucking Russians are always cheating, man. Those fucking Russians are cheating all the time.
Well, that's what my kids were like. Is he taking steroids?
Yeah.
And then the one scene they show a needle,
Right.
but they never talk about it.
Big old Dolph Lundgren, man.
Yeah.
That poor guy. Man. He was just an ass kicker back then. Well, let's be honest. That dude would have actually whooped fucking Sylvester Stallone's ass back
He was
then.
like a foot and a half tall.
And he's legit.
Yeah.
You know? It was funny, though, that they had Flavor Flav's girlfriend that played opposite him. That always makes me laugh when you go back and watch it now. Bridget Nielsen.
Foofy.
Yeah. I laugh every time you say it, man, because I always forget that that's what Flavor Flav called her. But it's just funny because, like, she was, like, supposed to be, like, the super good-looking but 6-foot tall Russian, you know?
Yeah. Don't make fun of my husband. He will punch your face in.
Right? Ah, man. But I agree. Like, I feel like that's one that you definitely got to watch, you know?
Right. And I'm just going to throw them out there.
Yeah, you can throw some out.
Any of the Sylvester Stallone in that prime, because I think right after that he went into the Rambo.
John Rambo.
And those are freaking.
Right.
Are, we've watched one or two of those. I think I'm going to go back to the video store.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get all three of them.
Military ass kicker right there.
And we're going to watch those. The first one's a little rough, but after the first one, it's really good.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good shit.
First Blood Part 2.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the third one, I find comedy in just about anywhere. But when he fucking shoots that arrow, and all that's left are the boots, that's supposed to be funny.
Right, it is.
But
I do love that they made him an archer, though. There's only so many movies that, like, the badass, like, uses a bow and arrow. You know? It's like that and the Hunger Games.
well, I think that movie, like they do in such great war movies or army combative movies.
Yeah.
They show the guys getting ready and getting all geared up.
Yeah.
And I think one of the scenes he had those arrow tips.
Yeah.
And you weren't really sure what they were. I think they showed him with the bow.
Yeah.
And they were like up on top where you had to I think you had to screw them in the movie. It was all,
You talking about the dynamite?
no, I'm talking about the explosive arrows.
Yeah, it was dynamite.
What was in the tip?
Whatever you want to call it, man. Like,
Dynamite can't fit in the tip of it. It was exploding tip arrow.
okay.
Whatever the case was, they made it really dramatic when he's screwing them on. Like, oh, this is the
Right.
exploding arrow.
This is the shit that killed Elvis right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't.
I think that's a rite of passage thing as a man.
I don't hate on
Got to
that.
watch some Rambo.
I mean, if you want to start looking at some of those, I think that there's a handful of like war movies. Like,
Almost all the war movies.
I'm not gonna say all of them because there are some that are shitty. I mean, let's be honest.
Okay,
Like,
I'm saying the good war movies. We'll go through them. Let's go.
all right, so like one that I think, I went through my experience watching the movie the first time. I've watched it many a time since sober. I feel like you have to be a certain age, but part of your coming of age, like you should sit down and watch Saving Private Ryan.
Sure.
Like the beginning of that movie is as close to real life combat as you're going to see. It's fucked up. It's not pretty, to where it shows what people did for this country. I mean, that's probably going to be a recurring theme that we go with,
Right.
but as you become an adult, you have some duty to yourself, your family, your country,
Right.
and that movie, I like that, they talk about how the one guy was a school teacher, like how they had different normal jobs in real life, but when time got called upon,
When
like
the fit hit the shan.
right, they all went in together, and it showed how important family is. You know what I mean? Like on some level, it still means something to everybody. His brothers had all fucking been killed, so they sent a group of guys in to go find him. That's why they were trying
And
to
those
save
guys started to get
Spoiler
fucking,
alert! That's why they're trying to save Private Ryan.
and that's why those guys actually started getting pissed in the movie because they're like, okay, we're risking our lives to save this motherfucker.
Yeah. And not to ruin it for anybody that hasn't seen it, there's a scene in the movie when they let the one general know what has happened and that they're looking for this kid now, where he reads a letter in his office. I don't know if you remember that particular scene in the movie, to where this exact same thing had happened
Right. He read
100 plus years before.
Right.
It's a very powerful moment in the movie, and that's one of those things that I always think about that and go back and watch it. And once you watch the scene, rewind it and watch it again. Very eloquent. It's a pretty intense moment, but
For sure.
I think that definitely Rite of Passage movie is going to be Saving Private Ryan.
Right
on the military. Do you have what other military movies do you have on your list?
Full Metal Jacket.
Hell yeah.
That's some pretty intense moments.
I think that anybody that actually thinks they're going to go to the military should watch that fucking movie.
Probably.
Because they say that that's about as close as what you're actually going to see in boot camp that anybody's ever put into a movie, right?
I don't know if I've heard that, but it looked pretty legit.
Yeah. But fucking Arlie Ermy, right, is the name of the guy that was the drill sergeant. And you talk about one-liners, too. Like, if you can't quote that movie, you can't quote movies, right?
Right.
I mean, we don't have to throw a lot of them out because,
There's the one that always comes right into mind.
Yeah? The Texas one?
The Texas.
Yeah?
No.
Oh, I thought that's where you're going, Only
No,
two
well-
things come from Texas, steers and queers,
No,
and you
the,
don't much look like a steer to me.
No, how much I get for $10?
Oh,
I don't know. That's one that sticks in my mind.
that's pretty funny. Yeah. Good old Gomer Pyle. I feel like the guy that played Gomer Pyle in that movie was kind of typecast. Like, I feel like he had a hard time getting work before he got on Law and Order. Like, for years, that guy was in nothing else because he was Gomer Pyle from that show.
Ugh, tough to be him.
Yeah. That movie kicks ass, though. That was definitely a good one. Schindler's List?
I think it's definitely a movie you should see. I don't know if it's a rite of passage one.
I don't know, man. I think to actually understand like what genocide is on a real level, like I feel like there's some power in that movie that I don't know. I think it gives you a better understanding of the world. I mean, we sit here now and we hear about, a couple soldiers died in Afghanistan today, and it's almost become like passe, to where I don't think that people are as affected by it as they were 15 years ago because we've been in the same stupid ass war for
Yeah.
that long. So I think that seeing
No, I think
seeing that the
as
way
a-
that things really were.
I would put that more as a human being. You should probably watch Schindler's List.
Yeah?
Just to understand, hey, it's kind of like don't forget the Alamo.
Yeah.
Don't forget Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
You shouldn't fucking forget the Holocaust.
Well, clearly.
Right.
It's fucked up when you hear people say that it didn't happen. That one always fucking trips me up.
Yeah.
Like,
So I mean, you could put it in a rite of passage, man. But I think that for me, that's more of a rite of passage as just a human.
all right. Well, we'll strike that one from my list then. 300. Would you put 300 in there?
Oh, I forgot. I love the 300.
Man.
Yes. As a man,
You,
fuck yeah.
you and 299 of your brothers can take on fucking anybody if you fucking stick together.
They fucking kicked the shit out of those fuckers before they
Fucking
were wasted.
love that fucking movie.
That is, God, I need to watch that again.
Oh man, at the beginning when the kid has to go through the trial to see if he's even fucking fit, and if he's not fit, they fucking throw your
Throw
ass
you
off
off
off the fucking mountain, and it's fucking badass.
But they do that as babies, isn't
Well,
it?
that's as babies, and
They
then
look
like
at
as an 8-year-old, you have to go out and fucking
Right.
kill a wolf.
Ugh.
Fucking love that movie.
That
man.
is a great movie.
yeah. A
Um,
little bit of discipline, a little bit of fucking self-respect, holding yourself accountable to the fucking community. Like I think that there's a lot of lessons to be learned on how to actually be a fucking grown-up
sure.
in that fucking movie.
You also in that movie you realize that conspiracies and and all that shit. I mean, obviously it was depicted in the movie, but it's been around forever.
Yeah.
You get your fucking dirty motherfuckers that just want to fucking screw everybody over,
Yeah, they sure do.
and you see that too when they get into a bunch of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm gonna go with I'm not gonna say obviously any Arnold movie, but when Arnold and Sylvester were battling
Yeah?
out of the box office,
Yeah.
like Predator. I don't maybe
Ooh, the original Predator. Yeah.
pretty good.
As a man, you got to see that movie.
at least the first one.
I mean, him and Jesse the Body Ventura. I
Yep.
mean, you got Jesse the Body in that same movie.
right, and
come
you
on.
got the big Indian cutting his fucking chest open.
Yep.
Not really, but giving himself a big old slice.
Right.
I mean, that didn't get fucking more manly than that.
Yeah. I do love Predator. Predator would go up there as one of my favorite. I mean, Arnold started to get a little bit hokey, like with True Lies and some of that stuff.
No, I'm talking early.
Right.
I mean, even Terminator 1 was pretty good, but I don't know if that's a must see, but it's pretty good.
Have you ever seen The Running Man?
Running Man was good.
Yeah, I fucking love The Running Man.
Yeah.
He's an ass kicker in that. Yeah. But Conan, I mean, if we're going to talk about Arnold, like you kind of got to throw Conan out there, right?
Forgot about Conan. That's a great one.
Is it a rite of passage movie though?
I mean, as a man,
Yeah, I mean that's like a medieval man's
I mean,
man right there.
I can't remember a whole lot of those movies, but I remember the one part in the beginning where there's a whole bunch of kids pushing the wheel.
Yeah,
And then they kind of like, it's like they're getting bigger as they start to drop off.
Yeah.
Like the other can't. And then all of a sudden, one day, it's just Conan by himself pushing this giant wheel. Everybody else has died.
yeah,
Here's this big brute.
yeah. There's a fucking hilarious picture if you ever want to look it up. It's it's Arnold like in his Conan the Barbarian gear. He's got Wilt Chamberlain on one side of him and Andre the Giant on the other. Dude is so fucking tiny compared to those two guys. It's hilarious.
As far as height,
Just height, girth, everything. He looks like a tiny little human that these guys could just throw around like a rag doll. You have to look at.
but he was ripped.
Oh, he was ripped as shit, but literally, like Andre the Giant's hand is like the size of his fucking head.
Right. So Arnold's a normal human being.
Right.
Do
Well, I
you-
mean, I don't know if I would go as far as calling Arnold normal.
Well, I mean, size wise.
Right.
Yeah, just jacked.
Right. You can't think of any of those movies though, without thinking of it in like Arnold's voice, though. You know what I mean?
Look out!
Right? Get to the chopper.
Get down!
I had to use it. I've still got to use the chopper. Bucket list moment.
Grab my hand, hoodie. That's all I got.
I don't know if you've seen it. We went to the theater and saw it. And
Well, if I haven't seen it and it's a rite of passage as a man, I better
Well,
fucking pony
Hey
up.
man, there might come a one or two on this list that one of us have to be like.
Well, I'm sure all the ones on my list you've seen, but there probably is a few on your list that I haven't seen.
Have you seen American Sniper?
Oh, with
Bradley Cooper?
yes, I have.
Okay, dude. Total rite of passage movie.
Yeah, the Pink Mist.
Dude,
Is that the Pink Mist movie?
the Pink Mist.
Where they talk about putting a bullet through somebody's brain so you can see the pink mist?
Oh yeah. Yes. But just that whole movie, what that dude went through, coming back and everything, and then the way the whole thing ended. It's one of two movies I've ever seen in a theater that was dead silent walking out. That and The Passion of the Christ are the only two times
Uh.
I've ever seen movies like in theaters to where like at the end like everybody was sad. Like there was no happiness walking out of that theater.
Did they?
So sometimes you got to know that you don't get a happy ending.
I don't know if I was I can't remember if I was watching a documentary about him, the real American Sniper guy,
Yeah.
or if it was actually in the movie where it goes black and it says the guy
Chris was his name.
killed him.
Yeah.
Did they show that in the movie?
All they show is
They
him.
don't show it happening.
No, they just show
They
him
show him
leaving
taking him
with
to
the
a
guy
range.
in the truck.
Then it fades to black and it says something about the guy killed him.
Yeah.
On the way.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. That's fucked up.
But yeah, remember how long he waits that fucking other sniper out? Just waits and waits and waits and waits until he has that fucking shot.
That's another part. Talking about snipers in Saving Private Ryan,
Yeah.
where
The kid that's in the bell tower.
oh man, they're both staring each other down through the scopes, and
Yep.
he shoots the guy through the.
Oh no, he was in the ground during that part. But
Was
he was the guy that died in the bell tower though.
He died in the bell tower.
Yeah, but
But
yeah,
when he
put it-
was kicking ass,
when he put it through the scope.
he put it through the scope.
Yeah, that was bad as shit.
right to the guy's eye.
And they showed the view of the guy getting right on him, and then right as the guy gets on him, you see that little flash, and
Yeah.
then you see, oh man, great scene. Totally have to check out fucking Saving Private
Yeah,
Ryan.
that's definitely that's definitely a rite of passage.
Yeah. Going through my list, to say a couple of these are war movies is kind of tricky because there's some war in them, but they don't really count, so I don't want to use them quite yet. Platoon, I would say, is kind of the last true war movie that like I think that you definitely need to see because
You mean last on our list?
last on my list
Right.
anyway of the true, like I said, the true military movies, and it's just because where they start you off, like, and where they take you to the end, like you kind of see that not everything about war is rosy and smiles, and sometimes you're not all one big happy team. You know, sometimes things get fucked up and go sideways, and you know you deal with shithead people that can't get out of their own way, and I don't know. I think that Platoon is one of those movies that you have to watch.
Yeah.
I was glad that my aunt let me watch it when I was relatively young.
See, when I was relatively young, that was out, and my parents, that was like no. I said I want to watch it. I love army movies and war movies.
Yeah.
Like, nah, sorry, bud, can't see that one. So I didn't get to see it till later.
Yeah.
And it's definitely good though.
Yeah. What else you got?
Okay, well I'm gonna jump out of there.
Yeah, let's get off of that and into something else.
Yeah, see, we when we started writing our list, we were kind of doing like rite of passages as an American, but then we kind of changed it to a man. So I had things like Star Wars and Raiders of the Lost Ark. But I don't know,
Like through the series of each one of them?
I don't know. Well, as an American, I think you should see those movies.
Yeah.
But I don't know, as a man's man, I don't know if
I mean, you got to know who the fuck Indiana Jones is.
maybe the first one at least.
I mean,
although
they're all good.
They
My
are-
favorite one's the last one,
Yeah,
Last
that's true.
Crusade.
That's true. All right, well then we'll throw them down.
I think that those definitely belong there. And
I
Star
mean-
Wars, man, dude, Star Wars changed the world.
Right.
The shitty part about Star
This is a
Wars,
man's movie.
I mean, they're fucking blowing shit up, and it's like fucking space wars and shit. I mean,
I really like Raiders of the. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of both of those films, but the Indiana Jones grabbed me because it was just I don't know. There's that adventure.
yes,
I think everybody liked that because of the
you
adventure.
love the adventure.
Yeah.
yeah,
Star Wars is definitely different. It's like it's more of a story, and you just get into the story.
yeah.
Obviously, it will never end.
No, it never will.
That story will never end. Hey, speaking of that, are you keeping up or have you given up?
With what?
Star Wars.
No, dude. See, this is where I'm weird about my Star Wars, right? So the first three movies, I've watched the shit out of those three movies.
You
So
mean the originals?
Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. I have watched those movies. I don't even really know how many times. I will not watch anything after that.
You mean before? Because 1, 2, and 3.
That's what I'm saying. Fucking George Lucas didn't think that those movies 1, 2, and 3 were gonna sell. That's why he started
know.
with number fucking 4. Fuck you, pal. You don't think that your shit's good enough to start at the beginning of the story? You go fuck yourself. You're not gonna come out fucking 20 years later, fucking introducing that shit with all new fucking technology. Eat a bag of dicks. I haven't fucking seen any of them. I don't know how Darth Maul fits into anything. I don't know who the fuck Anakin is.
I
hear these names.
two
and I
words
don't
for
give a
Darth
Jar
Maul.
Jar fucking Binks.
No.
Don't give a fuck.
I got 2 words about Darth Maul. bad motherfucker.
Is he?
Oh, he dies quick, but bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Must not be in that bad.
I believe you, but I will never watch them. So if that's part of my rite of passage, to me, that's the first 3, yes. After that, go fuck yourself on that. Not you, per se. I'm just saying,
You go fuck yourself.
yeah,
It's all right.
go fuck your mother. Which, if we ready to get on that part of it, or you got
Oh, go ahead.
the fucking Goodfellas, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You got to see Goodfellas. I mean, you hear about the mafia and shit like that. Like, you got to see Goodfellas.
Almost.
You know?
I mean, there's quite a few. Well, you want to go Goodfellas? What about? I know you don't like Al Pacino, but what about Scarface?
I got it on the list, man.
Boom.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, come from nothing all the way up through.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the fucking movie, you're screaming, "Get out of the fucking house! What the fuck are you doing?" He's fucking Tony Montana, though. He's fucking gonna stay forever, you know? You know?
Who was his buddy that fucked him over? Or didn't fuck him over? He couldn't handle the fact he was dating his sister.
Yeah.
Who was it?
I don't
Manny.
remember. Manny, was that his name? He lost his fucking mind over it, though. But I
Couldn't
mean,
handle that.
you know, some of the iconic lines to where you got to be able to throw, like, say hello to my little friend. Like, you got to be able to throw that shit out there.
I use that. If we were ever playing Fortnite, I'm the guy that carries around the fucking minigun. That's like the Gatling gun.
Do you really?
Say hello, my little friend.
You throw that shit out there
All the
when you're
time.
playing?
All the
Really?
time.
And when you fuck people up, like, that's your tagline.
They can't hear me though, but
Oh, really? They can't hear you?
not in that game.
Well, that's stupid.
But my friends can hear me saying it, and it's funny.
That's kind of a disappointment. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I'll save it for a game that they can hear me on. All right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's rite of passage, but along with Goodfellas, like, Casino's pretty close. Like, Casino's awesome, but I almost feel like it's like riding the coattails of Goodfellas.
Yeah. What about like a Die Hard?
Oh, the original Die Hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, like, if on the action adventure side of things,
Right.
dude, the original Die Hard, it's amazing what one guy can fucking do. He's badass.
Bad motherfucker.
Love that guy. You know?
What was his name? John.
Yeah, John. Shit. You had to ask me, didn't you?
Hit us up.
They are going to be hateful to us for forgetting his last name right now. It's going to come to us partway through the show. At least I hope it does, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be so mad.
Now, what about like comedies? There's got to be a few comedies for the rite of passage as a man.
Yeah. I got Tommy Boy, baby.
Tommy Boy.
You got to watch Tommy Boy. If you don't understand and enjoy the hilariousness of Chris Farley, to all my sales friends out there that are listening, I know it's a little bit of an inside joke. These guys know I love Chris Farley with a passion. Like, he's my John Belushi. You know, every skit he was ever in, every movie he's ever done, I've seen them all. I fucking love him. I do a half-decent impersonation, you know, if I have to from time to time, you know. But, yes, I just feel like the humor that is for the time period.
Let me tell a quick story on Jake here, just 2 seconds worth.
Oh, man.
So he's talking about salesman, inside joke, and Tommy Boy, Chris Farley. So I'm down the hall from this conference room, and they're having a sales meeting, and I hear this screaming, this loud screaming, and then after 10 minutes it goes away, and then I kind of forget about it. And then I actually saw Jake in the hall, and he's like, "Did you guys hear us?" I'm like, "That was you?" And he's like, "Yeah, that was me." Told me what he was doing.
I mean, it goes back to the Saturday Night Live thing, but you can't do Matt Foley motivational speaker at a low decibel. It doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Screaming at these other salesmen.
Right. They were rolling though, man. They all knew what it was, and they got a kick out of it. So fuck it.
You know, that's actually, you'll probably see this in the future. That's actually one of the topics I told you I forgot about.
Yeah.
This actually probably should have been the best Saturday Night Live skits that turn into movies. Hold that thought. We'll do that next time.
Okay. I don't know how many of them there actually are, but I'm sure we can figure
Oh,
it out.
good and shitty. There's been a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
That have turned into movies. I'm gonna have to do some research.
Or at least branched off.
Man, Beldar is like the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Beldar?
The fucking Coneheads?
Oh. What about Wayne's World?
Oh yeah. Fuck. Love Wayne's World. Fuck. Fucking Peoria, Illinois, right?
Yeah. Maybe there isn't that many that
Or is it
branched
Aurora?
off.
Is it Aurora?
Maybe we should talk about actors from Saturday Night Live that did successful movies.
We can go through
That might be better. You guys can tell us if you'll ever email us
Yeah.
at theharperguys@gmail.com.
Yeah. Fucking whatever.
Theharperguys@gmail.com.
Right. Even if we get something wrong, just fucking tell us.
Yeah, we're big boys.
We're trying to double back, but you won't let us. Anyway, we'll keep going here. Same time frame. Fucking Dumb and Dumber. One of the most heavily quoted movies in my life. I use it all the fucking time.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
See? Exactly. Yeah, we're in the Rockies.
Well, I still think we should get down to brass tacks.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's right? We'll never know.
Who's got syphilis?
Yeah. In case you guys haven't figured it out yet, fuck those guys. You know? If you have to go back and listen to a show or two, kind of figure out who we're talking about. We gave a shout out and they gave a shit out is what they did.
They gave a shit out.
So that's what we fucking had to deal with. But yeah, Dumb and Dumber. Dude, we've landed on the moon. See?
How about this? Hey, I don't remember what was Jim Carrey's name?
Lloyd Christmas.
Lloyd, hey Lloyd, I've got it. They're on the scooter. I've got to pee, and they were freezing to death. And Lloyd says, "Just go, man, just go." And then all of a sudden they're riding. And he goes, "It's actually warm."
That's kind of warm. I won't even make the sound, but like, you know how many times I've been like, you want to hear the most annoying
No,
sound in the
don't
world?
do it.
I won't do it, but like, just to mess with somebody, because everybody laughs every time you say it that's ever seen the movie. They're like, don't be that asshole right now.
Or the cop drinking the piss.
Yeah. Pull over. It's a cardigan, but thanks for asking. See? That's what I'm saying. There's so many stupid things. Just give me the damn number.
What are you sipping back on Grandpa's old cough medicine there?
Yeah, it's great for like one-liners that you can throw into stuff. And when other people have seen the movie, it makes it hilarious. When other people haven't, you just look like an asshole
Or
that's
dumb.
throwing
Yeah,
stupid stuff out there.
This guy doesn't know anything.
Right. But it's okay to be the asshole once in a while. Right?
Hey, why not?
You know who one of my favorite assholes is?
Rhett Butler from Gone with the Wind.
No. Is that on your list for a must-see movie? I was going to say.
I threw you a curveball.
Pretty sure you get a shiwi with the fucking each purchase of Gone with the
A
Wind.
shiwi?
A shiwi. It's like this little catheter thing so a girl can pee standing
A
up.
catheter or a little cup with a little funnel?
No. It's actually got like the little catheter thing and has a fake fucking penis that comes out of it.
Fake penis.
Yeah. It's called
I got to pee so bad. Let me insert something and go pee.
I feel like we've talked about the shiwi on the show before.
I don't know.
Well, if you haven't, look it up. It's a real thing. The
I
shiwi.
do shots of Jaeger in between the shows, so I do forget a few things.
So, but speaking of assholes we like, dude, I love Fletch.
Is that a rite of passage?
I feel like it is because I think that there's a certain level of
I mean, I've seen it, but it's been ages.
yeah, but I think that there's a certain level of being a smartass and almost kind of like at the same time you're like ignorant to the world. I think there's something ignorance is bliss sometimes.
I would say one of the vacation movies is a comedy.
Ooh, which one though? If you're gonna pick one,
Well,
I mean the original one is fucking hilarious.
that's what I'm saying. Let's just go one.
I love the original.
Yeah. It's great.
But fucking Christmas is hard to beat, man.
I know it is hard to beat, but I'm just saying as a
European
man.
and Vegas
As a man,
are
because
kind of,
we all understand what...
the pain of Christmas and
well,
what goes into it.
No, just as being the dad and having to make everything right
Oh.
at some point in your life.
Yeah.
I think, as a kid watching it, you may not get it.
Yeah.
But if you watch it later, you're like, we're going to fucking Wally World. I don't fucking give a shit.
Right.
You know.
What fucking Clark has to go through with the fucking mother-in-law and the dog and yeah.
Yeah. So
I definitely agree. That one would have to go on there. But if we're gonna stay on, if we're gonna be Chevy Chase, I'm telling you, landscape guy. He's got a few fucking Caddyshack. I mean,
why not?
I feel like if you're ever gonna be making fun of the pretentious fucking bastards of the world, like that's the perfect movie for it.
Animal House?
Huh? Fuck yeah, Animal House.
I mean,
How do you not watch Animal House?
you have to.
But if you're gonna watch Animal House, it's
Revenge of the Nerds?
right? It's compadre 10 years later.
Oh, Revenge
know?
of the Nerds.
Man,
Now, those are movies I had to sneak watch.
If you have a character named Booger in your movie, you're doing it right. You know? But it also shows you that like all different walks of life can get it right and get along, you know? Now they kind of made it stupid as it went on, like they all kind of became friends, you know what I mean?
I'm not, see, I'm trying to we're talking about rite of passage as a man.
Yeah.
I'm thinking what age is my 10-year-old going to be watching Animal House and Revenge of the Nerds?
Dude, but half the movies on this list he ain't going to be watching until he's like at least 14 or 15.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's going to have to be 16 to watch some of these.
All right. Easy there, prude dad. I mean, come on. You get,
Protect and shell these children.
really? You don't think by 14, 15 that every Snapchat, whatever the big thing is 10 years from now
I'm
is
going
going
to
to be
tell
all
you
over the
what.
place?
This kid has no fucking clue when it comes to certain things. He's as smart as a tack, gets great grades, but the other day, I'm I'm glad he's not listening to this show.
He's going to someday.
The other day, now he's 10. He says, we were talking about having children and stuff, and he said this before.
Yeah.
But my wife's like, I'd love to have another child, but I think we should just adopt. Now we're not going to adopt, but we're just talking about if we could do something to help a child out,
Sure.
I would just adopt. But then he's like, wait a second, you said you could just have another kid if you wanted to? He's like, how does that work? I mean, he has, when it comes to like sex, he has no idea.
Well, that's good.
No, it's great, but like next year he's going to be in 5th grade and he's going to find all this shit out, and I want to tell him beforehand so he's not the only kid going, "Oh my god!"
You're getting close to the talk.
It doesn't bother me.
Maybe that's how you
know-
have
you
the
know
talk.
how-
Maybe you just put in Revenge of the Nerds and just go from there.
I've thought about this before, and this probably will not be the way I'll do it.
Yeah.
But I've thought about it. You throw down a girly mag, and so here, look through that. And then, obviously, I don't know what's going to happen when he starts looking at those pictures. He's either going to freak out or he's going to be like, "Oh my god!" And if he gets to the "Oh my god" part, it's like, just want to tell you that, I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong way to go about it.
I think you're going to scar him.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, I probably wouldn't do that.
He's either going to pretend like he doesn't like it because you're standing there and you're his dad, or he's going to be super embarrassed because it's evident that he likes it.
Say, son, you're about to have a loaded gun, and
No, dude.
no,
Good luck.
don't go with that. No,
Enjoy that.
I probably wouldn't. I'm just going to tell him, it's puzzle pieces, buddy.
It's puzzle pieces.
No, he just has no clue, and I'm just like, God, I think this guy should know something.
Yeah.
I think he should know something going into the talk. I'm going to tell you what, at 10 years old, me and my friends were having different conversations.
Yeah.
I don't know how we knew or what we knew, but I know we knew.
We knew something was going on. We might not have had the ABCs down pat, but
Well, I knew what sex was. I didn't know maybe how to go about it, but
Right.
I knew it was a thing.
sure.
So
Well, maybe Revenge of the Nerds isn't the way to go with that
I
one
don't
then.
know. I don't know. Like I said, he'll be 17. Dad, I'm ready.
Yeah. The college movies, though, are good.
Yeah.
Like, I would say that those two definitely go on the short list. Like, he's going to have to watch them at some point, even if he thinks they're stupid.
Well, I'll tell you what. He got through Rocky 1, which is pretty boring.
It's rough.
To go back and watch it, I was like, oh, I can't believe he hasn't fallen asleep, or he's not went and got some toys.
Yeah.
In Rocky 2,
It's a little better.
It was okay. Rocky 3, he was on the edge of his seat for the final fight. I'm like, I got him. He's
Yeah.
hooked.
He is in.
Yeah. So
Have you let him watch 4 then?
yeah,
Or
we
not
watched
yet?
we watched them all. Well, I say watched them all because the last Rocky I've ever seen is 4.
Oh, you didn't go to 5, huh?
I didn't watch it. I heard it was shitty. Plus, I was into watching Rocky kick ass, and he wasn't kicking ass anymore.
He kicks ass in that movie.
I thought he was training Tommy.
He was.
Tommy Gunn.
He was.
Does he fight?
Yeah.
Oh well, maybe. We've talked.
I won't give it away. I won't give it away because you haven't seen it.
We've talked about.
No spoiler alert.
We've talked about watching it,
Do
and then going into the creeds because there's creeds now.
Yeah, I haven't watched either one of those. I think
And I think there's
two.
a Balboa, which I don't know what that is.
There's one that's just called Rocky Balboa, where he comes out as an old man and comes out of retirement to fight.
Really?
So it's kind of like
At like 60?
So it's kind of like Rocky 6 / the bridge into
The creeds?
until the first Creed. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure because we've watched them, and now all through my house is all these one-liners from Rocky.
Yeah.
We'll probably catch the last few. So
You should watch 5. It's definitely worth the time.
right on.
Changing gears a little bit, we're going to go into one of my guys that I love, Mr. Quentin Tarantino.
Yes.
He's got a couple films that you have to watch. I think that Pulp Fiction has to be at the top of that list.
As a man's movie, for sure.
And I think that you have to, it's the first movie that you're going to have that you're probably going to have the conversation and say, son, watch this movie. Parts of it aren't going to make any fucking sense to you until the second time you watch it. It's the first movie I remember being better the second time because you start to piece things together and you realize that the timeline of the movie is skipping back and forth to where different things are happening.
After I watched that a couple of times, I told my friends, I said, because I thought at the time that you could actually program the scenes. Like I thought I had this but I was incorrect. But I thought my DVD player that I had, I could actually I could actually program the scenes,
Oh,
and
to
I was
where-
gonna actually put it in order.
I wonder, somebody's had to have done
Somebody's
that.
probably put it in order, but that would be. I think that would be fun to watch it once like that.
I wouldn't. I would be pissed. It would just annoy the fuck out of me the whole time.
I don't know. It might be fun to watch once.
Nah, not for me. I like when a movie.
So you're telling me you're not giving it a chance?
No, because I like movies. One of the best things about that movie that it does is it starts and ends in the same place, and that's hard to fucking do in a movie, right?
I think that probably was his goal.
Yeah, but I like that. Like I like the way that the whole interaction of everything works. You know?
Well, and it's one of those movies where you're like, okay, these two motherfuckers were in black suits and black ties,
Yeah.
and it's the next scene, or maybe 2 scenes later, and they're in fucking Hawaiian t-shirts or whatever. They were in t-shirts
Yeah.
and Hawaiian shorts. It's like, what the fuck?
Right. But culturally, I just think it's such a good movie because of the time that it's in. Like, there's so many things that you learn. I didn't know that a shot of adrenaline straight to the heart if somebody's ODing would bring them back. Apparently, that's fucking real. You get online and Google the shit. It's a real fucking thing that it can save
I
somebody.
never Googled it. I just assumed.
Yeah. Crazy shit like that. The term palooka, I'd never heard of a fucking palooka before.
No?
No, that was the first time in that movie. I'm like, what did he call him? No shit. I got a kick out of that. But
All right.
again, super quotable movie too. Love Pulp Fiction.
What about The Matrix? Is that a must-see?
I don't know. Quentin Tarantino didn't make it.
Oh, I forgot. We're in the Tarantino land.
Man,
Go ahead. Sorry.
well, he's got a couple more. I'm sure that you
No.
have on your list.
Yeah.
Well, he did fucking Sin City with Frank Miller. I love Sin City.
Yep.
The character.
So you think
Merv-
all these are rite of passage as a man?
Oh, to something like that, yeah. That cast is incredible.
Yeah.
The story is phenomenal. It's done as a graphic novel to where it's a movie, but like there's kind of like the comic book feel to the whole thing.
For sure.
I feel like it's a timeless classic. I mean, you look at the list of people that are in that movie; it's incredible.
That's the one thing about his movies. He gets a fucking stellar cast, doesn't he?
Every fucking time, doesn't he? And then Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
I love Reservoir Dogs to death. Like that movie is incredible. Again, there's lots of lessons to be learned when you sit and watch it. I don't want to give too much away about what's actually going on in the movie, but the character that Steve Buscemi plays in that movie is Mr. Pink. And I fucking love Mr. Pink because he is, you can do everything the way you're supposed to do when you're on, like, do it the right way if you're on the wrong side of the law and you still get fucked in the end. You know? He was the only one that did it all right. So I definitely think that you got to see Reservoir Dogs, though.
Right on.
So,
Right on. I'm not disagreeing with you. Reservoir Dogs is a classic.
yeah.
It's one of those you don't know how it's going to end. And, I don't know about Quentin Tarantino. His movies aren't... He puts all his movies or all his money into his actors. His actual... It's other than that, it's as far as the scenery and the
Yeah.
shots, it's low budget. Because he's dumping it all into the actors.
But if you're going to watch a vampire movie, if you're going to tell your son you, as a part of becoming a man, you have to watch a vampire movie, what vampire movie are you going to have him watch? From Dusk Till Dawn.
More than likely.
With Quentin Tarantino and
There
George
was
Clooney.
Yeah. The other ones...
And Cheech.
I love Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, the name of the bar is the Titty Twister. Right? Remember that?
yeah. Come on, son.
Fucking Harvey Keitel is in
Girls
it
are out of
again,
town. We're watching Dusk Till Dawn.
Right? Selma's in it. Classic,
yeah?
man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Tarantino. Love that fucking guy.
Yeah, I was thinking when you said, I don't know why I forgot about Dusk Till Dawn, but I was thinking of the, which is probably more of a love story, isn't it? The Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. What?
Interview with a Vampire?
Yeah,
Yeah. Nah, fuck that shit.
yeah, that's not a rite of passage.
I think that that's one of those things that people actually get wrong about movies. People think that it's Interview with a Vampire. It's Interview with the Vampire. True story.
Interesting.
But everybody thinks it's Interview with a Vampire.
Those fucking people are wrong. Wrong.
Now, funny, the Mandela effect. You ever heard of the Mandela effect? I think we might have talked about this one other time on the show.
Butterfly effect?
No, the Mandela effect.
Okay.
That's when everybody believes that something is true, but it's not. It just simply isn't.
Why do they call it the Mandela effect?
Because it's like, how do they explain it? It's like, it's almost like something like has been changed throughout time, right? That like everybody believes that it's one thing and they'll swear by it. Like when you see the movie, or when you think of the movie, The Silence of the Lambs, what are the first two words that come to your mind?
Clarice.
Hello, Clarice.
Right.
Never says it. Never fucking says it once in the whole movie. It's not real. Complete fucking line of bullshit. You can Google it. He never fucking says.
Well, why don't we just watch
The
it?
closest that he comes to is "Good evening, Clarice."
But everybody always says hello, Clarice.
That's right. Because people that are listening to this are going to be like, bullshit. Watch it. Doesn't happen. But that movie is fucking awesome.
That's a crazy movie.
That's a movie that you got to see.
You think?
Don't you think so?
Probably.
You know? I mean, I think it shows you not to fucking trust people in this world. Your next door neighbor could be a fucking serial killer.
Eesh.
I mean, I don't want my kids to be afraid of the world, but like they definitely know that there's bad fucking people out there.
You
that
got to
don't
learn
know
to
are bad
fight.
people.
You got to learn to fight.
Yeah.
Like Fight Club.
Right? Dude, Fight Club.
Rite of passage.
Boom! If I had a boy, I don't. If I did, that would probably be like the number 2 movie he ever got to watch in his whole life. He would be like 3, and I'd be having him watch Fight Club.
A lot of these movies I have to revisit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man,
I've seen them, but I need to watch them again.
man, the rite
Maybe
of
I'll
passage,
watch them with him.
the rite of passage on that movie is ridiculous.
I forgot a Sylvester Stallone movie.
Did you?
Over the Top.
Oh, the arm wrestling movie?
Yeah.
You think that's a rite of passage movie?
Maybe not.
It's a little cheesy. Bull Hurley is the guy that he fucking
But
arm wrestles.
it's a manly man.
That's pretty manly. Hawkinson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a manly movie.
It is. It's pretty manly.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a rite of passage, but I don't know. It just popped in my brain.
I like it though. I'm not gonna hate on it. I think that would be a good like father son movie to sit down and watch
Sure.
for
Right,
sure.
right.
You know, the old man gets to be the hero.
Do you think Forrest Gump
Hell yes.
is a rite of passage manly man?
I feel like as a man you have to see that movie for sure because it shows you all the different things that a singular person can go through in their lifetime.
That's what's crazy about that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all been through some shit. That's why we're on here podcasting.
Yeah.
But yeah, the story of what he was through. That's
To me, it's
wicked.
I know that teenagers and their first crushes and their love stories and how that stuff always goes for kids.
right.
I feel like that's just one of those movies where always wanted the same girl, couldn't have her, finally got her, then she
And
died.
she died.
I mean, like, because that's sometimes how the shit goes in life, you know?
Right.
But he made the best out of what was in front of him all the time. You know, I love Forrest Gump. Definitely had that on my list as something that, I mean, so if we're going to kind of go down this angle a little
Well,
bit, we're kind of swinging all over
let
the
me
place.
tag a little bit on Forrest Gump.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I forgot to say this in our last episode or one of our last episodes about wedding stories.
Yeah.
That was my cousin who was my best man. That was his opening line to the toast. You know how it's always good.
What was his opening line?
Well, he's
I may not be a smart man,
Exactly.
but I know what love is.
exactly, and I was like, "You are a fucking genius," because he said it just like Forrest. He said, "I may not be a smart man, but I know what love is." He looked over at us, and then he started crying almost, and I'm just like, "God, you fucking did it!" But everybody was laughing because of the line. It's like,
Right. Somebody's going to use that, though.
he did.
Somebody out there listening to us is going to use that gold
Yeah,
when it's their turn.
you can thank my cousin.
And
He
they're-
fucking laid it out for you.
Man, that's good.
Yeah.
Damn it. I wish I'd have thought of that. I'm not
Me
gonna
too.
lie.
I'm like, I've already done a couple of these, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you fucking nailed it,
Hey, there's something to be said for being fucking clever.
right?
You know? I mean, that's one of these things that these movies teach
I
you.
feel like I'm a fairly clever person, except when I'm under pressure. Then I'm like, I can't think of a goddamn thing.
I think it all depends, you know? We get into conversations like we had about the odd corner the other day, and sometimes clever just comes out on accident and it's funny, you know? Other times it's not.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, that was
That's
a head shop locally that was kind of like being from a small town about 30 miles away. It was kind of like a holy grail place that we had heard about growing up. You know, to where we had each made it up there as adults. You know, to kind of see what the hoopla was about, and it was a funny thing, but you know, so
Yeah.
I'll just leave that at that part. But
That's good.
That's what it was. We don't have to talk about Shawshank. It's on the list. We have to acknowledge that it's on the list, but we don't have to talk about it. We've talked about that movie.
Yep.
Probably more than any other movie on the show, which I love. American Psycho. I feel like that's one where you have to watch again.
American Psycho? You mean the old
Oh.
black and white?
No, the Christian Bale.
Oh, okay, the newer
American
one.
Psycho.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Really.
Yeah.
I think that you would get a lot out of it. It kind of it shows sometimes the life that you want and the pressure to be perfect and everything that goes with it can all lead to you cracking up and losing your fucking shit. So I think that you would get a kick out of watching it. There's a scene in the movie that anybody that's seen it will probably chuckle a little bit. Again, one-liners that stay with you. He looks at this girl and he goes, "Don't just stare at it, eat it." And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, it's just one of those funky moments in a movie. So if you get a chance, I think that you should watch that. I mean, it's no holds barred.
What was that?
Movie.
What was that Michael Douglas movie where he flips out?
Oh, fuck. Oh, Falling Down, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like with The Fly. Remember The Fly?
Remember, everything was
he was
going
stuck
good,
in
and then all of a
traffic?
sudden, everything just started to fucking eat him up.
And then he just lost his mind. Breakfast was finally what sent him over the...
Yeah.
It was 10:31.
He just wanted a goddamn breakfast.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. That I don't know if that should be in the list.
Woo.
I mean, that's kind of a real world. Like, hey, this could happen to you.
I mean, there's different ways to go once you've been pushed to your actual edge, you know? So maybe the lesson there is don't be a fucking dick that pushes people to the fucking edge.
Right.
You might end up with one of these fucking psychos. You know?
I mean, that movie, I don't know. I had to see that. That was a good shit.
I love that fucking movie. That movie is the shit. Another kind of fucked up movie, but I still think that you need to see it.
I'm going to back up real quick. You know why that movie was the shit?
Why?
Because a lot of people feel like doing what he did,
Yeah.
but we would never do it.
No.
But
You got to keep
It's
your
like-
shit together.
we got the guy that's going through with it. Let's watch.
And that's from like 1994.
Right.
Like that shit isn't yesterday.
No.
That's like 25 years old.
Right?
Even back
Well,
then.
yeah. Have you seen Michael Douglas lately?
Right.
Grandpa.
He's one of those weird guys. Like he had cancer and was like on his deathbed, and then all of a sudden he's in fucking movies and shit again.
What, did he have cancer?
Yeah, like bad. Like he was in bad fucking shape. They didn't think he was gonna make it.
He must have kicked it.
No, he must have been drinking that super Magic Johnson juice. You know, whatever the fuck that guy has.
Or they must have done stem cells or something. I don't know.
I still want to know how the fuck does Magic Johnson, the only person to contract AIDS in the 1990s and live?
He had a special team, just like O.J. Simpson.
Is that what it was? Had the doctor version of the Dream Team working for him?
My God, he must have.
That's some weird shit.
All right, you were saying,
Natural born fucking killers.
boom.
Boom.
Rite of
That's
passage.
Dude, we have talked about Woody Harrelson on this show probably almost to a fault with how much we love him and all the shows he's been in.
He never fails.
No, he's good at
I mean,
everything.
even if the movies he's in are shitty, he doesn't fail.
Right. I mean, you go as far as Zombieland. I fucking love his character in Zombieland.
Right. Yeah.
But in Natural Born Killers, Mickey and Mallory fucking Knox. You know what my favorite thing about that movie is, though? It's so funny. People that are big on, like, the Avengers and Iron Man, they know Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. from that. His fucking character, Wayne Gale's his character's name, in the fucking movie.
Right.
It's like a bit role. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's like such a small character in the fucking movie.
Right.
And he's actually in his regular normal accent because he's not actually American. Newsflash, he's fucking European. England? Is he British?
I'm not sure.
But I love his character in that movie. Tommy Lee Jones is fucking crazy in that movie.
Yep.
And just Tom
classic.
Tom Sizemore.
Mhm.
It's one of those. I mean, even what's the fucking Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah, the
Complete
dad.
fucking douche.
Yeah.
You know, but like that's another one of those movies that like sometimes the world really does go fucking sideways. Speaking of going sideways, I don't know if you've seen it, and it's just I think that like we went through like the DARE program and shit when we were in school.
Yeah. I don't know if we did.
I watched a
Yeah,
movie.
I bet we did.
I watched a movie once that scared the shit out of me, so I will never. From that moment on, I decided I was never trying any fucking drugs. Fucking Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Have you seen it?
This might be one of those movies I've seen bits and pieces of.
Dude, that movie, like there
Is it with
Johnny Depp
Johnny Depp? Yeah.
and Benicio del Toro?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it all the way through. Although a lot of those movies, I'll sit down and be like, oh, I haven't seen this. Then I'm like, okay, I've seen this.
And they're on different drugs and shit the whole way through it, and it's just like, how does somebody survive and cope and live in society when they're on these kind of fucking drugs? So that's the Just Say No to Drugs fucking advertisement movie that your kid needs to watch.
Movie just popped in my head from what you just said.
Okay.
It's the one where they're on the bachelor party.
Very Bad Things.
No, they can't remember it.
Oh, The Hangover.
The Hangover.
Oh man, I didn't even have it on my list.
it just
Good
popped into
job.
my head, but that's a rite of passage.
Definitely a fucking rite of passage.
Yeah.
We
As,
already-
as a man.
Right? Oh fuck, man, I love.
The Hangover. It's funny, plus it's
Yeah.
like, could happen.
I gotta tell you though, fucking Ken Jeong has a special. Chow, he has a comedy special on Netflix now. Sucks so hard.
I don't find that guy real funny.
The only parts that are funny is when he's doing Chow. Dude, his character Leslie Chow is pretty.
Yeah.
You know, fuck Chow. Come on, man.
No, that's funny.
Like he's the quintessential.
I think, yeah, he's got parts that are funny. It's kind of like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart can be extremely funny, but I've seen movies that he's in, and I'm like, this is not funny.
Yeah, I agree. So disappointing if you watch it on Netflix. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Like when he laughs at himself, it's just so like rehearsed looking. It's dog
Now, the
shit.
other guy, Zach
Galifianakis?
Yeah, that guy. Have you ever seen his stand-up?
He had one that was on Netflix.
It was a
live,
special.
live at the Onion.
And I'll never forget his. I didn't think the whole thing was funny, but the very beginning, he had a kind of a semi-slender shirt on, and he goes, he opens it up with, "Yeah, I just got this shirt, or I got my wardrobe or my stylist told me to wear this shirt because it shows off my disease." Everybody's like, "What?" And he's like, "My alcoholism." It's just, I don't know. His humor just cracks me up.
He's pretty funny.
Yeah,
So, man, Hangover, that was a good add to the list.
it just popped in there, man.
We touched on Fight Club, right?
Yeah.
The lesson in Fight Club, you don't got to be fucking materialistic to make it. And I'm sorry, this might not be popular with some of the moms that are out there listening, but I've always thought that there's 3 things that you should get when you're 16. You should have to be in a fucking fight, get your first piece of ass, and a fucking shot. Like, that's what you should get when you turn 16.
A shot of what?
Whiskey. Straight, hardcore fucking Jack down the pipe.
All right.
Remove some of the fucking mystery of life a little bit right there. You learn something about yourself if you have to get in a fight. You learn a lot about yourself the first time you get some ass, right? I mean, there ain't no question about that.
Oh my God!
And the first time you get drunk, you make an ass of yourself like everybody else does.
that reminds me of my 18th birthday. My stepfather wanted to take me to a strip club.
Whoa!
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
And
There's certain you don't share that space with that person.
well, we didn't because they didn't really tell me. And I think at the time I had my girlfriend over and we were celebrating the birthday, and then I drove her home and I didn't come back. And like my stepbrother, I think Matt and my stepdad, they were all waiting for me to get back, and I was just hanging out with her. And
so Matt was in on it,
I think,
man.
and but
We got to have Shake and Bake on.
yeah, we'll have him on. But
I think we should set that.
well,
up
we're gonna
for-
do
for the
part.
next show.
We're gonna do part 2 of stupid things we did as kids because I still have a huge list.
It's just gonna be the Matt Baker show.
It will be. You guys, Jake will be like, okay, what are you guys? Are you gonna keep talking or what?
Come on, man. I can MC that shit. Killing me right now. What are you talking about?
No, we'll make it work.
You know I'm gonna get some wordage in there.
Well, we're gonna have. We should probably have 2 guests on for that show.
Yeah.
We got to have your brother on here. I'm sure he can dig up some shit that you didn't. Well, I don't know. You got a pretty good memory, but
What's left of it, man?
yeah,
I feel like day by day I'm just.
I'm sure
taking
he's
pieces
got a
out
couple
and-
stories that you may not have. You might
He's
have
got
forgotten.
some good stories on me. He's
Yeah.
got some stuff that I probably didn't tell along the way. That
Yeah.
that's probably
That's the ice I'm walking on with bringing Matt in here because I'm like,
yeah
he's probably gonna say some shit.
yeah. You got to be careful.
Yeah, it's all right. We didn't go to jail and
Yeah.
we're not gay, so it should be all right.
So did we touch sports movies already? I don't think we've gotten any sports movies yet, have we?
Oh, there's some. Yeah.
Clearly, you have to see Rudy if you have a heart and a pulse.
Vincent or what? Invincible.
Invincible.
Yes.
It's like 20 years later.
It's
but
20 years
It
later,
doesn't have the
Rudy.
mystique of Notre Dame and everything that goes
Well,
with
that's
it.
because
though.
you're a Notre Dame fan.
Dude, you know how many people out there that are movie/sports fans will still tell you that Rudy is the greatest sports movie
Sure,
ever made?
and I get that. Rudy's great, but I put Invincible in a close second. It's
No.
it's a feel good story.
I'm sorry. I love Mark Wahlberg. Again, doesn't really do terrible movies.
No,
I mean,
not really.
Name the shittiest Mark Wahlberg movie you've ever seen.
Probably Ted, and that was fucking funny.
I mean, right, but that's what I'm saying. They're fucking hilarious. He could do 10 Ted movies and I'd watch them all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many movies can you be in where you're sitting on a couch smoking a ball.
with a stuffed teddy bear.
And you're passing it to your stuffed teddy bear.
I'm really kind of disturbed that we just went from Rudy to Ted here.
Yeah,
though.
all right.
Like I feel like we're letting Sean down here a little bit.
Yeah,
You know,
maybe.
I'm just saying. Rudy would definitely go on the sports list. Like there are sports movies that you have to see coming up. Like if you don't believe you can do anything after watching fucking Rudy, you don't have. Like I said, it's one of two movies I've ever cried at. Rudy fucking got me.
Rudy got you, huh?
Yeah, it's one of fucking two movies I've ever cried at.
I think the first movie I ever cried at, I was a little kid and I was watching Old Yeller.
Really? I didn't cry at Old Yeller.
When they shot the dog, I was like,
No.
no!
No, I was like, good job, Timmy. Way to put him down. I don't like dogs.
Oh, well, that's
I got
right.
bit in the face by a Doberman when I was 7.
So
So
you were like, fuck you, dog!
yeah, one more down, motherfuckers. I'm sure the dog lovers in the world are like, fuck you. I have 2 upstairs. I still love dogs, just not ones that bite my face.
Right.
Right? I think that's a fair assessment of a dog.
I would say you're doing spot on there.
Right? Like, I like girls, not fucking crazy ones. Right? See how that works right there?
I do. All right, so let's wrap this up. We got some home runs here.
All right, I can give you some rapid fire real quick. Got to see Dark Knight just so that you can see the role that fucking Heath Ledger plays as the fucking Joker. That one's got to be on there. Braveheart, you got to fucking see Braveheart.
Well, let's slow down. Braveheart. Yeah, you know what? I actually woke up. This must have been a foreshadow.
Yeah.
Woke up thinking about Braveheart this morning.
Really?
I don't know why.
Woo, love it.
And the only thing I could think of was that scene where the magistrate goes up and cuts her throat.
Yep.
And then she's looking around for him because she thinks she's gonna get saved.
Yeah.
And he never shows up.
Yep.
A powerful scene, man.
That movie just makes me feel like I'm never going to amount to anything though.
Right.
Like that's the only thing I don't like about that movie. It's like that dude fucking gave his entire life for his country and his woman, and I'm never going to be in that position.
I mean, I wonder how they depict him as a fucking badass though, because he won't even take the numbing medicine. He wants to fucking, even though he knows he's going to be tortured and stretched and cut open, and I don't know, they did something to his fucking junk. They fucking cut it off.
Well, they
or something.
disemboweled him.
Yeah, they definitely disemboweled him. But
yeah, that's why I say Braveheart, man. That's got to go on there.
Yeah,
fucking Gladiator.
Gladiator is pretty good.
You're the hand of the fucking king. His son fucking kills him. Next thing you know,
see, some of these we can watch right now.
Family. Oh,
like
dude.
Braveheart, I can watch right now with my son.
I'd watch Gladiator right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's not a lot of TNA in Gladiator, nothing like that.
See, that's the thing. Some of these I don't remember.
Just comes out kicking ass, taking names. Dude, the fucking Big Lebowski. Changing gears, dude. You gotta show him the Big Lebowski.
The dude,
man.
The dude. You think that's a rite of passage as a man?
Oh, fuck yes. To be able to quote the Big Lebowski, it was a fucking foul. You know, he fucking pulls the gun out of the
guys with the bowling balls.
Right? Fucking Jesus. Dude.
Was that the movie with the rose in the ball?
Yeah. No. That was our good friend Woody Harrelson. And
Kingpin. Oh, that might be another. I don't know.
Buddy Rose, was that his name?
I don't know if that's a rite of passage
Bill
movie.
fucking Murray.
But those are fucking pretty good.
Those guys have been in a couple movies together. They kind of seem to get along. Trying to go through them pretty quick here just to finish them up. Fucking Major League for you. I mean, you got to show Major League to your boy. You're an Indians fan. I mean, you brought up Tom Berenger. I thought for sure that was going on your list to put Major League on there.
Yeah, well, I told you. In crunch time, we just was doing this right before the show. Right. I didn't really have it all.
I mean, your fucking team name's Lou Brown in our fucking fantasy baseball league that's been going on for forever.
And I just brought it back.
Right.
Who was I last time? Oh, it was Jules Winfield.
Jules Winfield. Hard to go wrong with Jules Winfield.
The joke was, I had a picture of Jules Winfield. If you don't know, he's the bad motherfucker from Pulp Fiction.
Get my wallet out of the bag. Which one is it?
It's the one that says bad motherfucker on it.
I wish I had a wallet that said that.
Samuel Jackson. That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
So that's who plays he plays Jules. And so the idea was towards the end of the season I was gonna, instead of Jules' picture, I was gonna put a picture of the wallet, which you'd had. I don't know if you can even zoom in on the pictures, but it's gonna be the bad motherfucker wallet.
Along the same Field of Dreams?
Yeah.
You gotta play catch with your dad, man. If that movie doesn't make you want to make sure that at some point in your life you play catch with your fucking dad.
That got me. What'd you say got you? The tear?
Rudy.
Yeah, the catch with the dad?
Yeah.
That got me.
Yeah. At the end?
I must or if it didn't get me, you had the big.
Oh, yeah. You were welling a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Deep breaths. Fargo?
You know, I've never seen Fargo.
Oh, man. Gotta see it.
You put it on my list.
It's that good. Like, don't watch it with the kids to start. But yeah, movie is fucking off the charts. The Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Kevin Spacey?
Mm-hmm.
Again, super smart movie. I like as you get older and you want your boy to not grunt like "Rrr, rrr, rrr," for everything that he does. Like that's a thinking person's movie.
He may never grunt.
Once you figure out, come on,
He's going to be one of these smart guys that doesn't lift an arm.
You know what? There's a lot of dads that have thought that, and then at some point, the day's going to come. They're going to drop, and
Where
it's
he's
going to be on.
He's going to be like, Dad, you want to hit this?
Right? Exactly. The last sports movie that I have on here, Raging Bull, Jake LaMotta's story. You know, that dude just keeps on keeping on, keeps on coming.
Jake LaMotta, that's good.
He's crazy. Seven.
Seven's pretty fucking
Not
good.
quite there yet, age-wise.
No.
But Seven's a
What's in the box?
right.
Just tell me what's in the box.
Right, but that movie, like that's the dark side of life. Again, I like things that are metaphors for kind of what's going on in real life.
Right.
E.T., I'm sure you've seen E.T.
I think so.
Everybody
yeah.
has to at some point. I just feel like that's such a classic. You know, it's a feel-good story.
I put that back in the American.
Yeah, you think that's on the
It's
American
more
side,
or the
more
human.
manly?
Yeah.
Well, I think that as a man, you need to fucking see Titanic. And I don't care. You can berate me for that a little bit. You can think about it. Think about it if you want to berate me.
Check.
But his character's pretty fucking cool. Like he's slick enough to fucking get his way onto the fucking boat. He's trying to make it to America. He's a fucking hustler.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
a hustler.
You know? I mean,
Well, fortunately, he's seen the Titanic 18 times.
yeah.
So,
Well, like I said, but to go from the fucking cellar dweller to dining with you fine folks, kind of cool. Like I think that's just there's a lot that goes into it, you know. And again, fuck the hoity-toity sometimes. So I got two left.
why did she drop the damn jewel off the edge of the ship?
I don't. It doesn't.
Damn
make
it,
any
Grandma.
fucking Sex. Any sex.
Does it make
doesn't make any sex. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's completely fucking stupid.
Just give them the jewel. They've been looking for it.
Right. Now, just because it's fucking cool, there's no other reason than because it's fucking cool. You got to show him Point Break.
Yeah.
With Keanu.
Did you ever see the second one?
No, the remake. Fuck that shit. I'm never gonna watch the second one.
It wasn't nearly as good.
You can't remake that fucking movie,
Johnny Utah.
dude. And everybody knows Johnny Utah went to Ohio State, right? I mean, who doesn't fucking love Johnny Utah?
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Bodie. That's Patrick Swayze's character.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that movie. Anthony Kiedis is in that fucking movie.
Yep.
The girl from A League of Their Own, which A League of Their Own, love A League of Their Own. It's still a pretty fucking good movie.
Yeah.
Jimmy fucking Dugan,
Uh,
right? Tom Hanks, that's his
yeah.
character, right?
I
Fucking
didn't know
Jimmy
that was
Dugan?
his name, but you say that League of Their Own. The opening scene or one of the opening scenes when they're timing how long he's pissing.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
The last one I have, and I know that your son will see it. I have no doubt. To me, it was one of those movies that I felt like you learn a lot of lessons from watching it. Is Rounders.
Yep.
You could think that you're supposed to be in one particular lane in life. You know, you're supposed to go be that lawyer or go be that doctor and whatever it is. And
It's just not for you.
it's just not who you are. And as you grow into being the person that you're going to be, and there's so many one-liners in that movie that if you think about them, like they're great maxims. You could. I can't tell you how many times I have used a line that you can shear a sheep many times, but skin it only once. And it's so true. Like
Yep.
if you burn people and you fuck people over in life, that's skinning the sheep.
Burning the bridges.
Right. You're never going to get another favor. They're never going to be there when you fucking need them. You can't lose what you don't put in the middle, but you can't win much either. Sometimes you got to put yourself out there. Sometimes you got to make sure the
Amen.
juice is worth the squeeze.
Sometimes you got to start a podcast.
Right. Hey, sometimes that's what it does, man. you got to go from talking about something to doing something.
That's right.
Sometimes you're going to have a friend that's going to fuck you and leave you high and dry, and you're going to have to figure your way out of it. And you got no other way to go but to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. So, Rounders would be one of my top couple movies. I recommend it to anybody that's never seen it because I
Good
don't
shit.
feel it wasn't huge at the box office, but fantastic movie. If you like Matt Damon and Ed Norton together, John Malkovich is in it.
What about Good Will Hunting?
I love Good Will Hunting.
No, I mean I like it too. I'm trying to think the premise of that and where it went.
Well,
That's
that was
something of a write-up. He's a genius. That's a janitor.
yeah.
Oh, but that's
The apples.
how you like these apples?
Yeah, dude, that's what everybody always remembers from that movie.
Yeah.
You like apples? We got her number. Yeah. But I don't like her. Like, I think that, I just fucking can't stand her in the fucking movie.
Who?
What's her fucking Minnie Driver?
Minnie?
I can't stand her character. It's like, Matt Damon is never going to love you, Minnie Driver. There's no way in real life. It's kind of like having Maggie Gyllenhaal as the fucking heartthrob girl in The Dark Knight. No, Christian Bale is never going to date Maggie Gyllenhaal. I don't give a shit how you frame it. It's not going to fucking happen.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So, see, I guess you always got to have fucking make-believe, right?
Yeah, it's the magic of Hollywood, as they would say.
So, hey, if you got another movie that you think's a rite of passage movie that we missed along the way here someplace, send it over to us. I'll give it a watch.
Hell yeah. I mean, I'm sure we missed a couple.
Oh, I'm sure we did.
We might have missed 15.
We put this list together in like 6 or
that's
9 minutes.
So that's like one for every viewer.
Yeah.
So every viewer send us an email.
Yes.
Something we missed.
Boom.
And then we'll hit you right back with them.
That's right.
We'll actually put more time into this, and we'll make it even better.
And if you haven't seen some of them, take a minute, slow down, watch a fucking movie. Be good to each other. Good. Thanks for hanging out with us.
That's right. Pip, pip.
Cheerio, brother.